1, 2, we got 2 people. We'll welcome aboard. 3, 4, 5. Oh, welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome back to everyone else, of course. Now, if you plan on taking any pictures while we're out here, you are allowed to take as many as you'd like. I do recommend turning on a sports or an action mode if your camera has that setting, because we're not going to be able to stop for every single animal out there. Sometimes the animals don't stop for pictures either, so as long as you have your cameras out and ready, you'll be able to take a lot of good pictures during our adventure here. Make sure you're holding on tightly to all of your loose articles like those cameras, cell phones, hats, and glasses. If you happen to drop anything while we're out here, I'm not going to be able to stop the truck to pick it back up, so keep that in mind, of course. And then our last and our most important rule of all, please make sure that you're staying seated at all times. The road out here is going to get pretty bumpy from time to time, and of course I don't want anyone falling out of the truck. Like I said, can't stop to pick things that fall out. Alright, so our first stop here is called the Little Aturi Forest. Now the animals that live in the Little Forest are known for using their camouflage, which means it's going to help them blend into the environment. So it can be a little tricky to see sometimes, but I do see someone walking around to our right. That's an okapi. Now the okapi, they kind of look a lot like a zebra because they have that black with white stripes. But okapi is actually the only known relatives to giraffes. Now we can tell he's related to giraffe because of his skull structure. See his face a little bit better there now. Now his skull is actually the exact shape of a giraffe skull, but a little bit smaller in size. So that's one of the ways you can tell he's actually the only known relative to giraffe. But we're going to go by one of the watering holes here. Now normally a watering hole is a pretty social spot for animals. We'll see who's hanging around.
Nothing's back there.
From the looks of it, it doesn't seem like there's too many animals in the area, which is fine. We'll keep looking around out here. Never really know what you could find out here in the forest, so we'll keep looking around. Like I said, the animals are good at using camouflage. We're going to try to check behind every single bush, every single tree. Never really know where any of the animals could be.
Oh, there's some water up there. Smash the like button. Show like squad. Subscribe to.
Now we'll go check around the corner here, see if there's anything left before we leave the forest. Looks like there's just the okapi today, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and leave the forest. We're going to go up ahead to enter a river. Now in this river, you never really know what you could find out there. Some of the animals will live underwater on the shores, and there's even these little islands they like to hang out on. So we do got a couple areas to look at. But looks like this river is going to start on our right side.
Oh, this is good. Oh, there's some.
Now, if you look very close, there's actually a hippo down there on the right. You can't stop here, but you can kind of see him there. Now the hippo's kind of hanging half in, half out the water right there. Now let's say he's actually completely under the water. Hippo can stay down there for around 8 minutes long. So actually really good at holding their breath. So let's see if there's a couple more on the left side. Ooh, yes, luckily there are. So it looks like there are about 5 more from what I can see. You can see a couple of the birds are standing on them like islands. Off it goes. Now the average hippo does weigh about 5,500 pounds. So there's a lot of weight right there by the sides of the island. But you can see they're all hanging out on the shoreline of the island. Now on that island you'll find those big gray birds, the pink-backed pelicans. Now the pink-backed pelican gets a pink back during mating season. So pretty cool way, it actually shows off how it's looking for a mate. We'll keep an eye out for more of those hippos. Like I said, they can spend around 8 minutes long down there, so you never know when one can just pop on up. Now they are known to head to land every now and then. Normally, if they're looking on land, they're actually just looking around for food. Just fruits and vegetables. Ooh, but actually over here, you see a huge group of Nile crocodiles. Now the Nile crocodile is the largest crocodile in Africa. Now they are able to grow to be about 18 feet long. Now if you're curious as to how long 18 feet is, that's actually a little over half the size of this truck. So they will grow to be really big. Now I don't really like this bridge too much, so let's not try to hang out there too long. We'll keep on going from here. Now we are going to go up to a different ecosystem called the savanna. Now the savanna is home for lots of different animals, and you might know a couple of them, like giraffes, elephants and lions. So hopefully you'll find all of them in the area today. But we're gonna see a baobab tree on our right, but most people, they call this the upside down tree. Ta-da! Now it looks like it's upside down because it looks like all of the roots are growing out of the ground instead of in the ground. Now, even though those look like the roots, those are actually the branches. Now the branches of that tree will remain leafless for around 9 months of the year, which is how it gets its signature upside down look. It's just leafless. Now, once we reach the bottom of the hill here, we're going to see a couple small animals known as the springbok. They're part of the gazelle family. See them all hanging out down there on the right.
Look back there. Do you see them?
Yeah, they're all just laying down there. They're naturally just very small animals, even smaller right now, because they're just laying down there. Now, once they're standing up, they're not that big. They're roughly around 2, maybe 3 feet tall, so they don't get too big at all. Now, with their small sizes, they are capable of doing pretty big things. For example, a springbok can jump about 8 feet straight up into the sky. Now, you also notice there's a wildebeest herd to right. There's also another animal hanging out the wildebeest herd, these waterbuck. They're the much more fluffier looking ones, all that fur. Now, the waterbuck has this water-resistant fur. Now, I can use that fur to its advantage to escape from predators out here in the savannah. Because most of those predators, they don't have the same water-resistant fur as them, so they actually just jump into water, normally able to lose track of most of the predators. Ooh, like a hyena, which is actually hanging out on our left here. You see it's sleeping on the cave. Now, it's not a big surprise to see that the hyena is sleeping. They'll be more active towards their nighttime. But until then, they'll find it just sleeping. Now, a lot of people believe that they are scavengers. Like I said earlier, they are predators. And they will prefer to do that hunting all off on their own, which makes them pretty much the exact opposite of a scavenger. We'll let him get some sleep. He'll definitely be a bit more active, probably a little bit later out towards the, probably once sunset. Now, we'll see there's that wildebeest herd hanging out there. We might be able to see them one more time over here. But I also do see a couple more animals further down the road, so we're going to try to work our way as close as we can to most of the animals over there.
It's made of good stuff. It's made of dirt and saliva.
Now, as we come back here, you'll see there that wildebeest herd again. Now, these are white bearded wildebeest. Now, they actually only migrate once a year. Now, that is actually a really good thing because they will migrate in groups of nearly 1.5 million. Now, they also travel about 500 to 1,000 miles during those migrations, so it may only be once a year, but it is a pretty crazy time of the year. Now, we're going to see a couple more animals down here on the right called Ankole cattle. Now, one of the first things many people notice about the cattle will be those long horns. Now, the horns on their heads are actually able to grow to be about 4 feet long. So, those horns will get pretty huge. But I actually see something pretty cool as well. I see one of the baby giraffe. Just hanging out up ahead.
Oh, baby giraffe. It's there.
Now, right now on the reserve, we have found 3 different baby giraffe, and looks like all 3 are over here.
Oh, look, baby giraffe. That's so nice. There's a baby giraffe. Hello. There's a mother again.
Now, once these babies become adults, they will stand around 20 feet tall, which very easily makes them the tallest animal in the world. Now, when these babies were first born, they were actually born standing at just about 6 feet tall the second they were born. Now, of the 3, the oldest of the 3 babies is about 5 months old. Now, around 5 months, that one's going to be just about the height of nearly 8, probably 9 feet. So he's not even half a year old, and it's already taller than all of us. Now, here are a bunch more of the adult giraffe. We're going to get a pretty close view of some of them out here.
Look at his tail. Look at his tail, guys. Yo, that is sick. Oh, we're so close. Look at that.
Now, of course, whenever we see groups of giraffe like this here, this is called a tower.
You're famous on YouTube.
So this is probably going to be one of the coolest towers you're ever going to see. So I'm glad we were able to get a pretty close view of some of them. Love the fur on them. And these are specifically the Maasai giraffe. You can tell because of the marks on their fur. Now, normally when people think of a reticulated giraffe, you see that fur image, but normally it's going to be straighter, not as curvy kind of lines throughout there. So they have a couple different types of giraffes. I believe these are all the Maasai ones.
Alright, let's go.
Now this area seems to be a
That
bit of a
Amazon
jungle.
sense.
A lot more trees, but I think we're still in the savannah. Now, I don't see too much. So let's go check around the corner here.
Oh, look, there's something. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Now, it looks like one of the roads are closed, which is perfectly fine. We'll head around this way. Oh yeah, that whole road's been destroyed. Oh. Let's see, we'll head around the corner. I have gone down this road before. We should be fine. The only thing is, I actually remember there's a really old bridge through here, so let's see if the warden got around to fixing it.
Alright.
Ooh, alright, looks like he hasn't. Now, I've gotten across it before. Nothing bad's ever happened, so we should be fine, of course. Alright. We're doing good so far. Ooh. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard that noise before. Whoa. Lean to your right, lean to your right. Let's go fix it. Alright, looks like we fixed it. Now, I don't think we lost anybody, so let's get out of here.
Some marking
Alright. We should be a lot safer down this way. Of course, Hakuna Matata. No worries out here. This is called a red clay pit. And you can see all over these walls. There's a bunch of clay. We should be fine.
That's pretty cool.
Let's keep looking around.
Might
At
be
least it'll
something.
give us a chance to capture our breath. But we'll keep on going from here.
Look at this.
Looks like we're now on the other side of the savannah. So we'll keep an eye out for some more animals. So we'll go check down this way.
Sorry about the view on the last couple of videos. I am recording using iPhone, so hashtag free music.
Now, I don't see more animals, but I do see a couple more of the baobab, the upside down trees. These trees do have a second nickname, and it's called the Tree of Life. Now, as you notice, the trunks of these trees are massive. They can actually store thousands of gallons of water inside. So that's why on this one on the right, you notice there's a couple holes inside. Now, different animals will poke their horns or their tusks inside the tree to make the holes to actually drink the water that's stored within. Now, let's say there is a drought going on out here. During the drought, not many animals have too many reliable sources of water, but they can always rely on the baobab trees to have at least some type of water inside.
Look, duck,
So,
duck,
called the Tree of Life. It's pretty much a lifesaver. It's really cool.
duck, fight, duck, fight.
Now, as we come around the corner here, it looks like we're going to find a big group of birds, a big group of flamingos. They're all over the little tiny pond, a big pond. Now, these are the greater flamingos. They are the largest flamingos in Africa. And whenever you see groups of flamingos of any type, anywhere in the world, those are known as flamboyants.
Oh, there's another duck.
Now, when they were actually born, the flamingos hatched out of their eggs. They were born with a light gray color. Now, they're actually not born pink, and the only reason that flamingos are pink is because they eat a lot of shrimp. So normally at about 1 year old, that's about the age that a flamingo will start to lose those gray colors and start to gain the pink ones because they eat shrimp pretty much every single day for its first year of life. Now on our left here is actually some pretty good news. It looks like our reserve right now had a really busy day where he's able to stop some poachers. Now, poaching is a very crazy thing that happens out here almost every day. That's why people like our reserve warden are out here day and night keeping an eye out for all these animals. Now, poachers will go after those rhino horns and elephant tusks. Now, if you want to help prevent poaching, there's a lot of different ways to help prevent it. But normally the easiest way is just by talking about it. Now, the poachers don't really see the animals for what we see them, they see them as money. Now, we do want these animals to be around for generations to come, because unfortunately, most of the animals we've seen are actually endangered right now. So if you've learned anything new about any of these animals, definitely spread that information around. That way people kind of help out. So if they know a bit more about the animal, they're going to be more willing to help out an endangered animal. Ooh, like these cheetahs I see up ahead here on the left.
Cheetah.
Now, unfortunately, poachers don't go after horns and tusks. They also go after the fur of many different animals. Now, these cheetahs, most of the time, they're actually able to escape most poachers because they can run around at nearly 60 miles per hour. They even reach those 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Very easy, makes them the fastest animal
Cheetah right there.
on land.
I think there's a cheetah right
And
there.
you see there's actually 2 of them here. There's one right there, and to the right of the other one's kind of just scratching its head.